So, what is the state religion of the United States? I know we're not supposed to have a state religion, separation of church and state. However, I just want to make it clear from the start that I'm not talking metaphorical here. You may be thinking, well, the religion of America is money or television or something like that. I like how you think, but that's not what I mean. I mean literal religion with congregations and temples and holy books. Old school religion. What is the state religion of America, the United States? Well, I'm going to give you a few pointers by which you can identify a state religion. So first of all, it will be homegrown. The religion will sort of originate in the state in which it is the state religion of. In other words, this religion that I'm talking about started here in America. Now, not really. Of course, all religions are based on previous religions before them. They're all copies of each other in a way. So, no, the new religion isn't really a new religion. Okay, I'll give you that. But the new state religion, right, is a updated version, right? A new religion for a new state, right? So it's going to have different characters, a different name for the main god, different stuff, different rituals, different costumes. The same but different. So that's what I mean by state religion. So that's your first pointer. The state religion of the United States originates here. What is the second indicator? The second way you can tell what the state religion is the members of the royal family participate in this religion, right? And they do so openly. They advertise the fact that they're members of this religion. So, who are our royal family? Who are our royalty in this country? Celebrities. So what is the religion that the celebrities most openly practice? It's seemingly, most of them practice this religion, and it's a well-known fact. Third way you can identify the state religion. It will be promoted in the state churches, obviously. This is kind of building off the last one, but what are the state churches in the United States? There are none. It's separation of church and state, right? So everyone can have a different church, but there's no main official church. Or is there? What is the real place of worship for Americans? It's in front of the television. And so that's why our royalties and our celebrities are the same. As I said in the last one, the royalty, or in our case, celebrities, practice this religion openly. And they themselves are promoted through what? The television and the media corporations. Okay, so what is the fourth way you can identify a state religion? It promotes the ideology of the times in a way. This kind of goes back to what I said about the new version of the religion. Well, what is the ideology of our times? What are the new gods that are being promoted, right? Less and less people seemingly believe in the old religions. Or even if they do believe in the old religions, they're starting to merge their belief of the old religions with what? Belief in aliens. So now some people are just completely into these alien religions, and then some people are thinking Jesus came on a UFO and things like that. I mean, that's what my aunt told me growing up. She told me that Jesus was an alien who came on a UFO. So a lot of people believe these things. So that is the ideology of our times. Science is becoming the religion. And so we have a new religion that is what? More science-y. And so what is the final thing that I listed as far as identifying a state religion? You don't want to criticize the state religion too loudly, do you? Think of all the people who have tried to defect from this church that we're talking about. And the way they've been I mean, this church operates sort of as a criminal organization, and yet they have a nonprofit status. And when they, so I don't want to talk too much about this organization, but I will talk about their beliefs. So the belief in an all-powerful, evil God, Xenu in this case, that's Gnosticism, right? The demiurge is an all-powerful, evil God. Xenu is an all-powerful, evil God. So, oops, I said it. So the sciencey religion is in fact Gnosticism, the same thing that the founders of this country believed in. So the state religion of the United States is what? And it's funny because people believe the hype as far as how this religion started. Old Ronnie was sitting around in a bar and he said, hey, you know what? I'm going to do the greatest scam in the world. I'm going to start a religion. Or some people say he was struck with a great inspiration. He's a holy man who wrote a holy book. And still others would say, as I would say, that if you look at the way this organization was structured from the very beginning, it was run as what? An intelligence agency. And so that's why they can get away with running a mafia nonprofit that's on television. And so a lot of people, whether they realize it or not, when they worship these celebrities or even just ingest the stories that are being told, the sci-fi stories, the dramas, whatever, the stories that are being told to you through the medium, you're being indoctrinated into the Tom Cruise religion. You're being indoctrinated into Gnosticism. You're being indoctrinated into believing in aliens. If it wasn't for the television and the movies, would anyone believe in aliens? They're a phenomenon that's been entirely created by the television and movies. And so there you have it, the Tom Cruise religion. It came from here, this country. It's practiced by the royalty, the celebrities. It's promoted through the temples, the television. You can't criticize it, or there may be some penalties. Bad things may start happening to you. And of course, it promotes the ideology of the time. Science. Right? The new religion. The religion completely without ethics. Just as they turned religions from all these gods and goddesses and smaller, until now it's only one God. But he's nice, at least. No, now we've got just one God and he's mean. And he wants science. He wants technology. And so you have a philosophy that is completely based on the acquisition of knowledge, and the concept of ethics is completely, it's anathema to these people. Once you accept the ideology of science, you accept that knowledge is good in and of itself. And so that, in my opinion, is why they worship the black box, because they worship technology and science. But maybe it's something more hoodoo than that. I don't know. There are mysteries. We'll talk about the mysteries later, but at the end of the day, there's one thing that's never a mystery, and that's what the right thing to do is. You always know deep inside what the ethical thing to do is. And you can sit there and you can tell yourself, to hell with that. Nobody's ethical in our society. Why should I be? Or you can tell yourself, all the cool kids are breaking the laws of nature. Why can't I? I don't want to be uncool. Okay, but deep in your heart, you know what's right and wrong. So don't ever be fooled by these mysteries that they put in front of you. the mysteries of astrology, astronomy, mathematics, all these things. Don't ever be fooled by that into thinking that that's what's important. Because as you can see by the world that these technological people have created, it's empty, it's hollow. There's nothing inside the black box except the hate and the lost innocence of abused children who literally created a system to take out their pain on the world, as far as I can tell. And it's sad to see all the sycophants, the people who see what's happening to our planet, and yet they still participate in these institutions of destruction and mass murder and genocide. Why? No one's forcing you to believe in these things. No one's forcing you to go do that job. Quit your job. No one's forcing you to go to that church with the molester priest. Why must people believe in things? Don't you want to be free? Don't you want the truth? But people want to believe in stuff, so now they've got science. They got a science religion that gives them toasters that can read their mind and stuff. They think they're smarter than just someone who worships the sun. They think they're smarter than someone who worships the sun and doesn't even know they're worshiping the sun. A military organization set up to dominate through sheer force of violence. There is no way to get rid of that. And that's why it's still here, and it will be here until it crashes the car, which it's very close to doing. So, there you have it. I babbled on long enough. A science-y alien religion for a UFO populace. A new state religion. Right under your nose. A science-y religion for science-y times. UFOs replaced the gods of old, and aliens are now responsible for genetically engineering humanity instead of God created us out of whole cloth. It's the same story, different characters. And so again, this religion, this Xenu religion is really what? Gnosticism. Arwen, if you're listening, is it not Gnosticism? The belief that the universe is created by this demonic or devilish demiurge. Okay, that is a religion practiced by people who live in civilization. Because civilization is controlled by these sort of monstrous characters. But the people of the forest don't believe in the demiurge. The sustainable people don't believe in the demiurge. They don't believe that creation is a horrible trap for them to trap their souls in a black iron prison. Only civilized people believe in those things. So, this religion of Gnosticism, which the founders of this country all believed in, I can tell you that, is an incredibly negative and pessimistic belief. No wonder they're so nihilistic in their pursuit of technology and science. The end justifies the means because everything is hell anyway. What incredibly sick ideology. When you already assume that the universe was created to trap you and to control you and all this stuff. Luckily, we still have these few examples of healthy cultures, sustainable cultures, indigenous cultures, and they all claim to be what? Defenders, protectors of the land. The starkness in the difference between the quote-unquote religions, which are not really religions, because no one forced them on them. They are the belief systems of free people. If you can tell your slaves that the world is horrible, the universe was created by this evil monster, then maybe that just justifies anything they do, doesn't it? So I don't like Gnosticism and the occult religions any more than I like the mainstream religions. at the end of the day, you know them through their works, know them through what they do, whether they claim to believe in Jesus or Satan or My Little Pony. What do they do? And so that is the short or the long version of why I don't believe in Gnosticism. But if you care to disagree or provide some evidence for why you believe in it, by all means, please drop it in the comments. Educate me as to why people believe in this stuff, archons and demiurges and all this stuff. Other than that, it just seems like more of the same to me, more of the Great Plague.